What's going on, my PT peeps and my Walking Dead family? Welcome to the PT channel. I'm One Eyebrow, back to talk about the Walking Dead Season 9 intro. The new intro that's for Season 9 that was made by Angela Kang, which is pretty interesting because it's totally different from previous seasons of The Walking Dead. Obviously, spoiler warning, it gives away some things in the intro, Easter eggs, and some stuff that may happen this season. Obviously, spoiler warning, if you're worried about spoilers, stop watching now as I don't want to ruin anything for you. But if you love The Walking Dead and The Walking Dead family, become a member of our Walking Dead family here at the PT channel by hitting that subscribe button, and I hope you do. Obviously, photo credit to AMC and The Walking Dead. This is their intro. I'm just breaking it down. FANFEST is where I got this. I'll put that link in the description. And Angela Kang said this about the intro. The opening credit sequence is indicative of the new look and feel to the world this season, and we wanted to give a nod to the show's graphic novel origins. As we jump into a new chapter of the story, we wanted to present something fun and fresh for our viewers to reflect the changing landscape where nature will be playing a bigger role. While survivors work to rebuild and adjust to the crumbling infrastructure, the threat of the dead is constantly looming. And true to the spirit of our show, there are Easter eggs for the fans to find if they're looking close. It starts off with a blank screen, well, it says AMC Presents, and then a blank screen, and then ravens come across a white background. The crows, the ravens, the birds that are probably flying in the field that Rick, Michonne, and Judith go to. Obviously, it starts off with Andrew Lincoln. He's the lead guy, the man in charge. The birds, the rows, the cravens fly across the screen, and it's not much to it. I just think that the birds signify something, right? What do you make of it? Let me know your thoughts. And then we go to a tree with the ravens and the glass from when Rick shot it out with the problem with Negan in the field, the infinity symbol, Alpha. You can also see Rick's axe in the tree is what I'm getting there too. It's kind of a little thing you could miss. And then you see the tree, it pans out, then Lauren Cohan is Maggie. Then you see the birds on the tree, and then they scatter, and then the tree changes. Again, that happens super fast in the intro. It's only like less than a minute, I want to say, the intro, but there's that, and then the birds fly off, and the tree has leaves on it, green leaves with the GURIRA's name. And to me, the symbol on there, so prevalent, shows me that it's an infinity symbol representing Alpha from the comic, as well as the end of the war. Then it pans out with a skull, a pitchfork in the skull, and I believe those are Cherokee roses around the pitchfork. You see Daryl's arrows or bolts, then you see his crossbow laying in the dirt, and it kind of pans towards you the entire time. Pans out a little bit more, you see the crossbow with the bolts, the skull, the pitchfork, and ALANNA Masterson's name, obviously. But the Cherokee rose hasn't really come up since season 6 in the Daryl and Dwight episode. Do you remember that? Then you see a helicopter fly in and Carol's knife sticking in the wood with Josh McDermott's name. The helicopter better come around this season and be something of significance. Almost like a game changer, something big for the story where it may go. Then we see Rick on a horse, takes me back to season 1, prior seasons when Rick was on a horse, and you see another horse on the right-hand side. It's Michonne on a horse too. So the horses should be more prevalent now. Horseback, old way of getting around. Gasoline should be tough to find. I'm guessing so many years in the apocalypse. Rick Michonne on horseback, Kristen Serrato's name, and there's not much to gather here besides horses will be a big factor going forward and getting around, I would assume. Then it pans out into the woods. You can see Michonne's katana. You can see the woods. You can see Carl's grave there, I'm guessing, with the tree branches or sticks looking like it was in Alexandria. I'm guessing we're getting all these callbacks and connections and some Easter eggs for this season. Rick's hat on the fence, Ross Marquand's name. You see a headstone. You see the katana. You see another stick cross. That's probably a grave. You can see some nice connections and callbacks to prior seasons and characters. Then you see a walker, I'm assuming, standing around the wall that the bricks have crumbled down. And to me, it's kind of like the wall that was in the prior opening credits where it says "Away with You" with the Morgan sequence where Michonne, Rick, and Carl met Morgan back in ALANNA. And I don't think it's the same wall, but it just reminds me of that. You can see the weeds or something growing on the bricks of the wall. So shrubbery, grass, weeds, and really Mother Nature will be growing all over infrastructure of buildings and objects that have been laying there for a while. To me, this is a barn. Takes me back to season 2. Not sure exactly what it is, but you see Caitlin Nakin, who plays Enid. And I think it could be a barn because that's when Angela Kang became a writer in season 2. And I love the callbacks to prior seasons. Then you see a close-up shot of Lucille in the dirt. Lucille, where is Lucille? We don't know exactly where Lucille is. I'm guessing in Alexandria somewhere. And has Negan seen Lucille? Tom Payne plays Jesus on the show. And then the next shot, you see Lucille with Rick's Colt Python pistol next to each other. Then you see where the wood was. It's not a barn, it's just connected to the wall. And to me, it just looked like the barn from season 2. But I just think it means building and rebuilding of places over time. Then you can see the final warning pops out on the wall. We saw that from the trailer of San Diego Comic-Con. And what do you make of that? Is that a connection with the Whispers? Are they warning you, like, stop before you get hurt around their borders? They want to be left alone, so they're just giving you a warning to stop. And then we see Daryl's bike, or a motorcycle at least, with Jeffrey Dean Morgan's name, who plays Negan. Again, the stuff and the roots and the weeds and the grass are intertwining themselves with objects that haven't moved for a while, such as cars and motorcycles. Then you see another little shot of it. It grows over weeds and stuff, grow over the bike. Is that Daryl's bike from season 2? Looks like it. Then you can see the barn in the background. It looks pretty shabby and broken down, but in the next scene, you'll see that it was rebuilt. More wood was on there, and also you see a noose. And to me, that's a big thing that'll happen in the season 9 premiere. If you know this channel and the information, you know what's going to happen in the first episode of season 9 with the noose possibly right there. Then you see the windmill. It looks pretty shabby and broken down. Also, you see executive producer Denise Huth. And I think that's how you name Denise Huth. But before, she was co-executive producer for a long time. And I think she got upgraded this season to executive producer. That's awesome. She's been there for a long time. So hopefully that's a pay increase and some more responsibility. Then you see the change in the color. You see a light coming from the windmill and some change. It's a little brighter, a little more green, a little more fresh, and it just looks better. Like building for the future, civilization, improving, continuing to grow and go on. Then you see the crows and the ravens cut across the screen again. Not sure what they're meaning with the ravens in there. I'm sure it's the birds from the field, like I said before, with Rick, Michonne, and Judith, but what do they mean? And as the ravens cut across the screen, we see a face. It's a walker up close and personal with some walkers in the distance with the executive producer's name on the screen. And I wonder if the intro sequence will change throughout the season, or at the end of the season into season 10, or however many more seasons we get. Then the camera pans out. We see Gale Ann Hurd, the executive producer, the walker, a little better, and the walkers in the distance. Walkers are still going to be a problem, and they should be for a long time, especially with the Whispers being introduced. Can't wait to see that. And then the camera turns a little bit with executive producer Scott M. Gimple. Yes, Gimple is still connected with the show, Fear the Walking Dead. He's the chief content officer, and he's a higher rank than Angela Kang. But hopefully Angela Kang has a lot of power and does big things this season. And there's Angela Kang, executive producer. You see the walker looking at the windmill, going towards it. I'm guessing that's Alexandria. And that's the intro. It's pretty different. What do you think of it? I think it's pretty cool, and I like the comic connection. It definitely has that feel as a graphic design, graphic novel type of approach, and I wonder if it's going to change throughout the season or series. Then you have the Walking Dead name. It looks pretty different. Before it used to decay, and it would decay more and more every season. Like the virus is getting worse, the world is getting overrun, but it's a new beginning, a new different type of fresh storyline. But it looks pretty different than the one that we saw in the season 8 trailer. There is no decay or green color. It's just a new beginning, kind of fresh, bright color, which is pretty interesting. So we got a change and another change and a big change this season for the intro credits. You can see the difference from season 1 to season 8. What do you make of it? What do you think? And I'd have to rewatch season 8 to know if they actually kept the white, clean logo of The Walking Dead for season 8. I can't remember if it's there for the whole season or not. But that's the intro breakdown, guys. I think it's pretty cool. It's a big difference, a big change. So they were saying that season 1 to season 8 is one story, one part of the story. Season 9 is a new beginning, a new start, a new chapter, a whole new sequence. So we got a new intro, whether we like it or not. I don't really like Fear the Walking Dead's intro that changed with each episode, and it really kind of highlighted what was going to happen in the episode a little bit for a brief little moment. But I like the season 9 intro. What do you think of it? Post your comments below, let me know your thoughts. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, like, share, subscribe to become a valued member of the PT channel. I hope you do. And for those interested in my zombie apocalypse book series, those are all 8 books available now on Amazon.com and Barnes & Noble. And remember guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself, you can do it.